What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for the juice. This is the juice. It's presented by Fish USA. So if you guys are new to the channel or not familiar with Fish USA is a huge online tackle retailer. They got everything you could need for bass fishing. So do me a favor, check the links in the description down below for Fish USA. You can pick up all this stuff we're about to mention. But the juice is basically my recap video where we're going to kind of go over what I did, you know, baits, patterns, rod, reel, line, all the juice from the Heavy Hitters tournament here on Kissimmee chain, Kissimmee, Florida. I finished up third place, so I had a great tournament and really can't complain. You know, we left it all out there. We gave it everything we got here today and just finished up third place. So great tournament, and let's dive in. I'll give you the juice on what went down at Kissimmee chain. All right, so we're here. It's what, the middle of May. Man, it's hot in Florida, and you know, this is it's the first time I've been to Florida in the summer, or I guess it's late spring. But you know, this time of year, it was a little bit different out on the Kissimmee chain than every time I've been here. You know, first up, there's grass everywhere, so hydrilla everywhere, entirely covering Lake Toho. And I decided to spend all of my time in Lake Toho. So I spent all 3 days of practice, or 2.5 days of practice, and the entire tournament in Lake Toho. So basically I kind of had a two-prong approach to my tournament. So I would kind of start the morning in a little zone that I had a few bites in practice, that had a little bit more scattered hydrilla. It wasn't quite as matted as everywhere else. It was just more sparse, and I could throw a topwater over it. Golly, I missed it twice. Dang it. Gosh, that's a big one too. That looks like a big one. Oh, that was awesome. That was a bite. Coming in the boat, yes sir. God, that was a bite right there. That'll wake you up on the morning. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Did you get that? Did you see that bite? That was incredible. Whew. Third time's a charm. Settle down, bud.
3 pounds, 13 ounces.
Okay, we on that quality today. Thank you, baby. Thank you for coming back 3 times. You didn't have to do all that. Dang it. But that third one was worth it. That was a bite. So I threw this guy right here. It's just it's an actual spook. This is a 1-knocker spook. Man, if you can see, there's teeth marks all over him. He's all chewed up. That was a lot of fun. So I would start today throwing the topwater around. You know, I try to get 1, 2, maybe 3 fish pretty early in that area on the topwater, or flipping around in that area. And then I'd make a move back up the lake, right here by the boat ramp. I stayed really close to the boat ramp, and I just started flipping little isolated hydrilla clumps. So
you can see these aren't on the top with all the cheese on them, like where some of the guys are catching them down on the south end of the lake. Hooked up again. Goodness. What have we here?
Oh, yeah,
wow.
What's that one?
Well, you want to talk about turning things around in a hurry.
It's not going to be enough for a $10,000 fish, but that's the knockout round right there. Yes. Stop it.
6 pounds, 2 ounces.
6-pounder. to seal the deal to the knockout round. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, baby. You know, I didn't want that big, expansive hydrilla flat. I wanted more isolated clumps just because it gave me a target to flip my bait to in a place that I thought a fish could be, rather than, you know, just a big, expansive flat of hydrilla. You know, he could be anywhere and you don't know where to put your bait. So pretty much had 2 flipping setups that I used all week. This is the 7/8 heavy MDJ rod. Was throwing it on 65-pound Seaguar Smackdown braid. Then you come down here, I got an Epic bobber stopper and then an Epic flipping weight. This is 1.5 ounces, and I use the ounce majority of the time, but actually as the week went on, it was so hot here that the hydrilla was growing as we were here throughout the tournament, and it got thicker and thicker as the week went on, so I had to up to the 1.5 ounces. And then this right here, this is the Trocar TK135 flipping hook. It's the monster flipping hook, so it's a little bit heavier duty, you know, the eye's welded shut, and it's a heavier shank hook, so I didn't have to worry about it flexing or straightening out in that super heavy cover. And then I was just putting a couple different creature baits on there, you know, Yamamoto Flapping Hog. I actually ran out of those. I'm using a D-bomb a little bit, and Yamamoto Psycho Dad, this little guy right here. So the bait didn't really seem to matter too much. It was more just flipping as many of those isolated hydrilla clumps as you could. And most of the time they got it as soon as it fell in there. So they were there feeding on bluegill. And when they seen or felt something just kind of glide by them, they ran over there and ate it right away. So like I said, I had 2 of these flipping setups on the deck, and that's what did the bulk of the damage for me, is flipping those isolated hydrilla clumps, you know. The only other bait that I really weighed any fish on this week was just kind of it's not quite a hollow belly swim bait, but it's just a swim bait, you know. I don't even know what brand these are. I honestly didn't even know I had these with me, and I was digging through the truck the other night and found them, and ended up catching a key fish on it in the knockout round that helped make it here. So throwing it on 40-pound Seaguar Tactics braid, and then this is the Trocar swim bait hook. So it's just a weighted swim bait hook just to help it keep it right under the surface and kind of pull it over that grass. You know, this was another bait that I threw in the topwater area first thing in the morning. But that's it, guys. It was really simple, and you know, every day was a little bit different as far as timing. So some days they would bite in the morning, some days they bite in the afternoon, and it was really just staying focused all day, keeping your bait in areas where bass were, you know, continuing to fish exactly where those bass lived, and you know, eventually they were going to bite at some point throughout the day. So check the links in the description down below to pick up all this tackle over at Fish USA. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching as always. And next up, we're heading to the Chowan River, so that's going to be an exciting tournament. It's kind of a new one. No one really knows what's going to go on there, so it'll be exciting to watch, and that's coming up next. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys next time.